Hi there. Today I have some free time, so I'd like to read about one topic to all of you. This topic is from a book titled Breathe, Empower, and Achieve. So, let's get started. Ditch your stress without losing your edge. When you quiet the mind and give it one thing to focus on, you quiet your body. When you quiet your body, you quiet your mind. When the mind and body are quiet, there's synergy that feeds pure performance. There's never enough time in the day. I'm spread so thin, no one receives my best. The guilt is constant and overwhelming. I'm not even sure who I am or what I enjoy. At the end of the day, there's nothing left for me. No energy, no time, no motivation. Work-life balance. What balance? I feel exhausted even typing those words onto the page and can imagine the effects of internalizing this dismal inner soliloquy day after day. Many of us do, whether or not we fully recognize it. And simply because everyone else looks like they are thriving, it doesn't mean they aren't struggling desperately on the inside. You thought it was just you? Not a chance. Welcome to the club, girlfriend. When teaching mindfulness to women of all ages, in all types of careers, and in various phases of lives, I repeatedly hear we are stressed, overwhelmed, and time-starved. Each of us hops onto the hamster wheel of business each morning, sprinting non-stop until we crash in your bed in the evening, either falling fast asleep or grappling with insomnia, only to wake up in the next morning and do it all over again. What work-life balance, indeed. Thankfully, life needn't feel so chaotic and overwhelming. Imagine I could offer you an all-natural prescription designed to induce a calm, healthier work-life balance that will fill your days with sustained energy and an adequate amount of space to breathe. It is free and legal, generates no negative side effects, requires very little time, and is beneficial to your overall health. You in? Research indicates that with regular mindfulness practice, we can change the feel of the pace of our days from frantic and urgent to calm and effective and efficient, while also enhancing our health, productivity, and general well-being. No physician's prescription required. And all it takes is 5 minutes a day. Regardless of how busy our lives are, we can all carve out 5 minutes. I am convinced of it. I know it sounds too good, too easy, too simple to be true. I too was once skeptical of the seemingly counterintuitive ability to slow down yet accomplish more. As a recovering perfectionist, I have first-hand knowledge of the type A workaholic learning bus that comes from checking things off the beloved to-do lists. I appreciate the palpable fear of the losing one's each. The apprehension that posing for 5 entire minutes a day might precipitate the loss of precious creative momentum. Not to mention, I once thought, who in the world has time? Some of best-known leaders, it turns out, in his best-selling book Tools of Titans, the tactics, routines, and habits of billionaires, icons, and world-class performers, author Tim Ferriss shares replicable performance tips from dozens of highly successful people. And guess what? 80% of the world-class performers interviewed in this book practice mindfulness, as does Ferris himself. Whether this statistic is causal and correlational, it is certainly significant and not at all surprising. Done consistently, my reward for meditating is getting 30 to 50% more done in a day with 50% less stress. Ferris writes, echoing my experience. As you will see, there are numerous reasons Ariana Huffington, Oprah, and Elaine Fisher meditate daily and regularly, espouse its word use and the direct influence it's had on their success, and subsequently share it with their respective teams. These empowered women all recognize that the most effective outward growth and achievement originates from mindful insight, calmness, and self-awareness. We may not be able to control all that life tosses our way, but we can adjust our perspective and automatic reaction to it. Mindfulness practice enables us to be more efficient, productive, and innovative without burnout, exhaustion, or losing our edge. It teaches us how to be more in control of our response in stressful situations rather than reacting out without thinking. And perhaps best of all, it allows us to more readily notice and savor the good that is already present in our lives. Within these pages, you will find an antidote to the ubiquitous instances of stress, overwhelm, and time starvation, with dozens of brief and evidence-based practices called mindful breaks. They are opportunities and reminders throughout the day to bring attention to what is happening as it is happening instead of operating on automatic pilot. We can take a mindful break at any time, when drinking coffee, when commuting to work, in the midst of a challenging conversation, or while waiting for a meeting to begin, allowing you to choose from the area currently requiring the most attention. The mindful breaks are organized around the three basic needs for thriving today. Breathe practices promote awareness, calm, and energy. Empower practices address limiting beliefs, assertiveness, and confidence. Achieve techniques focus on playing big, goal setting, and work-life balance. Throughout, you'll hear my personal experiences along with interviews with empowered women of all ages, careers, and walks of life, demonstrating that although we are each unique, we busy women are more alike than we are different. In the mindful break enables us to not just live a mindful life, but also enjoy more mindfulness in service of our own empowerment as women and the realization of our most deeply held values and goals. I wrote Breathe, Empower, Achieve to offer support, wisdom, encouragement, and solutions for the business struggle we all face. I wrote it as a reminder to you and to myself that mindfulness is not so much about getting ahead as it is about living a fuller, happier, more balanced life. I love my kids. I love my husband. I love my families. I love my friends and hobbies. I also love my work and can become easily, barely perceptibly lulled into a pattern of imbalance. I know how much better it feels and how much more effective I am when I have found a more mindful work-life balance. Because ultimately, when we are mindful and empowered, is when the magic happens and when we achieve what matters most to each of us. Now we've come to the end of the reading. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that all of you have got some ideas to practice in your real life. So let's say goodbye. See you next time. Take care.